Alright, yo, what up everyone? Welcome to part 2. Here we're going to be meshing. We just got done with our geometry, so just to make sure your guys' geometry should look like this. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and close this. We don't need the design modeler anymore. Next thing we want to do is create our mesh. So if we click and hold mesh here, drag it over our geometry, boom. I'm just going to call this a structured mesh because that's what I'm going for. So, structured mesh. So see what we did there. If we hover over geometry, it takes our geometry and then it lets us use this geometry to create our mesh. So let's open her up. Let's get this bread. Let's get this bread. Let's get this bread. My computer's pretty slow, as you could tell. I need a new one, guys. This is a MacBook. I'm running a MacBook from 2014, MacBook Pro, 15-inch, the fully decked out version. I mean, I love this laptop. It's really handy, portable, pretty powerful too. But it did cost me about $2,500 when I bought it. So, okay. Anyways, back to our mesh. So everything still looks good here. If we go over here to mesh, first thing we want to do is adjust our physics preference. So instead of mechanical, go to CFD because that's why we're doing this. You know what I mean? So mesh, first thing we want to do is use this thing called face meshing. Oh yeah, I can't apply because I haven't selected any faces. So let's make sure we select all of our faces. Bam. So we've selected all our faces. Next thing we want to do is we want to do some sizing. So just to make it easier on myself, I like to control my sizing in the horizontal and vertical directions. So what I want to do is select the edge, or use the edge selection tool because we're going to be selecting our edges. That's up here. What do you guys want to start off with? Oh, well, we can start off with vertical for now. So I am going to pick every single vertical edge. Bam. Bam. Did I miss any? No, I don't think so. Hit apply. Suppress, no. What we want to do is change the type to number of divisions. I'm going to start with 50 for now. Behavior is going to be hard. We pick hard because the way ANSYS works, it might have to adjust the way that it meshes. So if you set it to hard, it's not going to change anything that you set. So curvature, proximity, I usually don't mess with these for now. I do want to apply a bias. We're going to use bias factor. Wait, what else is in here? Smooth transition. Not bias factor. I'm just going to say 150. So I just want to show you guys something. So if you notice near our airfoil on the top side, there's a lot more divisions as we get closer and closer to the airfoil, and that's exactly what we want because we want our results to be more detailed around the airfoil. And so what we see is that on the bottom side it's kind of flipped, right? If you notice here in the details, we have this thing called reverse bias. So simply all we have to do is pick every single one that you want to reverse, hit apply, and bam, it's reversed. Easy as that. Also, to stay organized, I'm just going to call this vertical sizing. So I'm going to start doing the horizontal sizing, but I'm only going to do it. I'm not going to do it for these two inner ones. I'm going to treat those separately, also on the top. So edge selection tool, I'm going to hit this, 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 zoom out a bit, this, and this. I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to kind of go for the same thing, same bias, behavior, hard. Do that again, bias. Oh yeah, if you guys can't see, in the bias thing, the the smaller the single dash lines, that means it's finer at the end. So first one, it's finer at the end. Second one, it's finer at the front, and yeah, stuff like that. So if we see here again, so we wanted it finer around the airfoil, and that's not what we have in the front. What's going on here? Okay, that looks good. So top side looks good. This needs to be flipped, and these two need to be flipped also. So hit apply. Now everything looks good to go. All Gucci. What do I call this? Horizontal sizing outer, I guess. We want to add another sizing. Now we're going to do those ones that we left out. So bam, bam. There's going to be nothing around the airfoil here. I haven't messed with that for now. I'm just trying to show you guys just a quick little thing, you know. You can go ahead and try to mesh those individual edges of the airfoil, but for now I'm not going to do that. Might do that in the future or something. So number of divisions, I'm going to set this to, say, is 50 too much? Watch, because look what happens. Now, would you guys agree that we don't need a bias here in this case? Right? Because it's around the airfoil, so we care about everything that happens here. We don't need a bias here, so I believe that's everything. You know what, let's just hit generate and see what happens. See if we like our mesh. Specified defeaturing tolerance was, okay. So we can turn defeaturing off. I don't exactly know what it means. I'd like to learn though. If you guys know, please comment below. I want to learn as much as possible. So if we look at our mesh, as you can see, it is very fine around the airfoil. What I want to do is I want to have at least 10 layers, 10 nice layers around the airfoil in order to capture our boundary layer nicely. How am I going to do that? Okay, first of all, let me see. If you go to statistics, you can see how many nodes and elements you have right now. So with this mesh right now, I have 20,000 elements. And so if you know your processor and the type of equations, type of model you're going to be using, then you kind of have an idea of how much computation time you need. But yeah, 20,000. I think I can go for a bit more. So instead of horizontal or vertical sizing to be 50, what if I change it to 75? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Generate again. It's pretty fine. We have 30,000 elements. I still don't like it. I still don't like it, guys. So 100 it is. Generate. 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 What does it look like? Is this with 100? I still don't like it for some reason, but yeah, I guess that'll do for now. I don't want to add too many computations to my processor. Let's see, 40,000 elements. So we're just gonna go with that for now. Yeah, we're gonna go with that for now. So this is our mesh. It looks good to me. What we want to do from here is create our name selections. So since we want to do supersonic flow, it is easier for us to, okay, follow with me, guys. Select select the entire outer edge. Everything, even, crap, not that one. Okay, might have to, no, not you. Okay. Now I have my entire outer edge selected. We want to create our name selections. This is easiest if you just right click, go to create name selection here. I'm going to call this far field. And we're going to see why in the next video. Far field. Next thing you want to do is select here, 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 and here. Then we are going to call this our airfoil, because that's what it is, no? After that, should be good to go. I always like to hit save again. So, yeah, that's our mesh. We're ready to throw this into Fluent, into the solver, so we could set that up and start running our analysis. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching again. Peace! How do you stop?